What up schmucks, it's Ace Trainer Liam and welcome to another episode of MetroMania. For those who aren't aware, MetroMania is an ongoing 16 Pokémon Metronome only battle tournament to determine the MetroMania Champion, and if you've missed it so far, where the hell have you been? Idiot. For those that are aware of MetroMania and are already massive fans, make sure you hit the like button to show that you're enjoying this series, and of course hit the subscribe button if you're new so that you never miss one of these episodes. The quarterfinals are well underway, but before we get into today's action, let's take a look at how the brackets are stacking up. So in quarterfinal 2, we said goodbye to Ho-Oh. Zekrom was absolutely destructive in the second and third battles, although Ho-Oh did pull off a surprising victory in the first round. It was absolutely incredible. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you go back and watch it because it really was a spectacle to behold. Of course, Zekrom moves on to the semi-finals to face Dialga, but we have 2 more places in the semi-finals to fill, and this week we're going to find out who's the first Pokemon to enter semi-final 2. Is it going to be my big boy Regigigas, who, yes, it's Regigigas, but I like saying it that way, or is it going to be Reshiram? We'll find out today. So here it is, Regigigas versus Reshiram. Slow Start versus Turbo Blaze. A lot of people do think that Slow Start holds Regigigas back, but Regigigas silenced its haters in the heats when it took down Kyogre, which I think I can safely say is something nobody expected. So Regigigas is going to have its attack and its speed halved for the first 5 turns, but that really doesn't stop this big bulking bruiser from dishing out damage, especially if it gets a move like Toxic or something. Reshiram's going to start off proceedings with Water Pulse though, onto Shiny Regigigas for a nice little bit of chip damage there. Doesn't get the confusion that sometimes comes with Water Pulse to Regigigas' favour there. Endeavor coming out from Shiny Reshiram though onto regular Regigigas. Not a lot of difference in HP there, so not a great deal of damage taken off. But here's a Feather Dance from Regigigas, lowering the attack stat harshly of that Shiny Reshiram there. So that Reshiram is not going to be able to hit as hard with physical moves for the foreseeable future. Here's Shiny Regigigas with Spit Up, but of course it hasn't swallowed anything to spit up, so that's an unfortunate mistake on the first turn. But the Regigigas team are just biding time until they can get to their full power. Here's a Venus Shock coming out from regular Reshiram onto Shiny Regigigas there. Roll your R's if you can. Let me know in the comments if you can roll your R's. Here's a Forest's Curse though, changing regular Regigigas into a dual type, normal and grass type Pokemon, a la Sourcebook. What's it going to do with its new grass power? Going to go for Aerial Ace, makes no difference. Here's an Aerial Ace, 100% accurate move all the time, can never miss, onto regular Reshiram for a little bit of chip damage there. As Shiny Regigigas goes for Baton Pass, again wastes a turn. Just really can't get out of the gate. It's really, you know what? When they say Regigigas can't get it together, this is what they mean. Regigigas does avoid the present though from Reshiram, and here comes Shiny Reshiram to follow up with a Fusion Flare. Beautiful, very apt move to use onto the Shiny Regigigas, who takes a great deal of damage. You've got to think that probably would have knocked out the now grass and normal type regular Regigigas, who goes for a Mega Punch onto Shiny Reshiram there for a bit of chip damage. Reshiram really needs to get to turn 5 if it's going to deal some damage. Here's a Grass Knot onto that same Reshiram, which is going to quad resist it because of course both Fire and Dragon resist grass type moves. So grass type moves are not the moves you want to be using. Here comes regular Reshiram. It's going to fire off a Horn Drill on which Regigigas though? Oh my god, on the regular, which means it's a one-hit KO on the regular. Oh my god, what a great play. Because now just one Regigigas remains with its HP in the red, I believe. Here comes Shiny. Oh, brilliant play by Shiny Reshiram there. Using Soft Boiled, restoring up to 50% of its HP, just bringing itself back up to full HP there. Regigigas, what have you got in store here? You really have to pull something out of the bag here. Goes for Icicle Crash. That is going to be a neutral attack on Reshiram. Which one is it on? It's on the regular Reshiram. Just a tiny bit of chip damage there. My goodness, it's got 35 HP and it's against 2 almost full HP Reshiram. This is not a good time to be Shiny Regigigas. Flower Shield is going to fail. Regigigas needs to hope that Reshiram make a lot of mistakes like that if it's going to survive this first battle. Here's a Psych Up from regular Reshiram, so it's going to copy the stat changes that are on that Regigigas. I don't believe there are any. but don't quote me. Regigigas is going to fire back with a round, so deal a little bit more chip damage to that Reshiram. You really need to pull out some bigger moves, buddy. It's got its act together, though. It's now the fastest thing on the field, I believe. Yes, it is. And it's got its full attack power, so watch out, Reshiram. Here's Disable. Great play there. Disable the metronome of regular Reshiram there. So now it can't use that Reshiram, that metronome. Very interesting. Here comes Shiny Reshiram with a double edge, though. Is that going to knock out Regigigas? It brings it down to 8 HP. Reshiram is damaged by the recoil. But the Disable wore off the same turn. Oh my god, that's just terrible. Look. Here comes Regigigas with Imprison, which means that the Reshiram cannot use metronome at all, but they are going to struggle. And I don't think Regigigas, sorry, this is very confusing. No, it can't stand up to the struggle. There's the recoil damage, but it's already out. Regigigas loses turn 1. Turn 1 goes to Reshiram. Reshiram is currently in the driver's seat as Regigigas re-enters the field for round 2. Is it going to be able to claw back? Is it going to be able to do what Zekrom did last week, where it clawed back 2 victories after losing in the first? Slow start has taken effect. Here's the Turbo Blaze from both the Reshiram, which I believe is basically just Mold Breaker with a fancy name. But correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments down below. Here's Shiny Reshiram starting things off with a Wood Hammer. That's going to do a great amount of damage, you would imagine. Great damage there. Does get recoil damage, but not a lot of it. And here comes regular Reshiram to follow up. What's it going to do? Going to go for Hyper Fang. Great move on Regigigas, although it didn't do a great deal of damage there. That's a testament to the bulk of Regigigas there, who's going to come straight in with a Bone Rush. That is I believe that's a ground type move. Yes, it is. Almost forgot there. And of course, we get 2 hits. Is it going to be more hit? No, just the 2 hits there on Reshiram. That's unfortunate. Probably could have really benefited from the 5 hits there, especially with the attack being halved. Here's an Aero Blast from Shiny Regigigas onto Shiny Reshiram for a small bit of chip damage, but a great start nonetheless from the Regigigas team. Here is Shiny Reshiram going for Heat Crash. Of course, that is going to be a stab move. Will that do much damage, though? Not a great deal. And it was a crit there as well, so that's very lucky for Regigigas there. I mean, if a burn could be put on one of these Regigigas, that would be very crippling, but close combat will be just as crippling. Huge damage onto Shiny Regigigas there from regular Reshiram, who gets the defense drop and the special defense drop that comes with close combat, but no risk, no reward, right? Here's regular Regigigas, who misses the Stone Edge. You've got to think that would have been such an important play, that Stone Edge right there. Here's Shiny Regigigas with Blue Flare, but that's also avoided by the Reshiram team, who would have quad resisted it anyway, but damage would have been very, very helpful to the Regigigas team. Here is Entrainment coming out from Shiny Reshiram, which is going to remove the slow start from Regigigas, giving it full power. Shiny Regigigas is now at full speed and full attack power and has Turbo Blaze, so well done there. Great play, not. Here comes regular Reshiram, I should say, with a power-up punch that is going to be super effective on that regular Regigigas, and it is going to increase the attack stat 1 stage of regular Reshiram. Here comes Shiny Regigigas. What's it got in store now that it's at full power? Goes for Razor Shell. I mean, that is a water-type move. Chance of a critical hit, and it is neutral, doing a great deal of damage there. Here's regular Regigigas, who is still under the effects of Slow Start, going for Tail Whip. Going to lower the defense of both the Reshiram there, obviously knowing that its partner has its full physical attack power, and they want to take full advantage of that. That was a very smart play when you really think about it. Here's Shiny Regigigas is going to start the next turn off. It's going to go for Bug Buzz, which is not a physical move, so not a great deal of power behind that, and is resisted by Shiny Reshiram. That's unfortunate. Here is regular Reshiram. What will it retaliate with? It's going to go for Brave Bird. On which Regigigas, though? Is it on the Shiny, or is it on the regular? It's on regular Regigigas and gets the knockout. It is going to receive recoil damage, but now we're down to just 1 Regigigas there. Oh my goodness. This is not looking very good for the Regigigas team here. Here's a water gun that is just going to... I was going to say it's going to be neutral, but of course it is. It's on a normal type Pokemon. 16 HP left on Regigigas. What is it going to do? It could really use something like a Rock Slide right now, which could, give super effective damage. Lovely Kiss is not what you wanted. A Rock Slide would have been super effective and a chance to flinch, but Lovely Kiss does put Shiny Reshiram to sleep. How's its partner, regular Reshiram, going to follow up on this one? What will it do to retaliate? Here we go. We're about to find out. Will it take that 16 HP off Regigigas? Goes for foul play using Regigigas' own attack stat against it. And that secures the victory for the dominant Reshiram. Reshiram now goes to the semi-finals. We'll find out its opponent next week. Will it be Solgaleo or will it be Palkia? We will find out next week. Well done, Reshiram. Well, Regigigas tried its best, but ultimately, it wasn't even Slow Start that hindered Regigigas in this, because one of the Regigigas got its Slow Start removed by Reshiram and still couldn't take the Reshiram team down. Reshiram, from the word go, knew exactly what they were doing and carefully, calculatedly took down Regigigas. The big guy is gone. Reshiram goes on into the semi-finals along with Zekrom from last week, so are we going to get a Gen 5 clash in the final? We won't know until the semi-finals happen, but first, we need to find out next week who Reshiram's going to face in the semi-finals. And of course, that's where I'm going to leave this episode of Metromania. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, and if you're new, hit the subscribe button. And of course, if you'd like to support the channel like these wonderful people down here do, make sure you pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam. And until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.